Okay, can everyone take a seat? We're going to get started. Everyone go ahead and take a seat. Welcome. So excited to see you here. My name is Curdy Levy. I am the current managing director of Techstars Boston, and I'm joined with this incredible team, Jennifer Davis, Aidan Kittredge, and Steve Bernard, and we are your hosts today and tonight, and we could not be more excited to bring another amazing class into this community. For those of you who are new to Techstars, Techstars was founded in 2006 with the philosophy and purpose of helping entrepreneurs succeed by using a method called Give First, where mentors, founders, people who had walked the walk before the new generation of founders could offer connections, advice, any type of mentorship to these new founders. And if you haven't been a founder yourself, it is not an easy job. It's a 24/7 grind. The pay is not great. You see a lot of failure before you see ultimate success. And just the idea of having a network of supporters put their arms around you and help you along the way is just incredible. So I'm really excited to be part of this network. We're now 48 accelerators worldwide. We've graduated over 4,100 companies, and we're about to graduate a bunch more. And those have a cumulative market cap of over $112 billion. So Demo Day. What is Demo Day? Demo Day is the culmination of 13 weeks of acceleration. It's the broader introduction of these companies to the world, and it's a launch pad for what's next in their growth paths. And we're so excited that you're here to help celebrate those with them. Some of the highlights from this spring, our teams over the last 13 weeks have met with over 100 mentors. They've learned all kinds of things. They have networked, they have heard from other founders, and they've bonded with each other, and it's been really incredible. We've also had some very specific events throughout the program. Every program is different. And this year, our AI companies, they pitched at Imagination and Action at MIT, and they were able to join and network with the AI community here in Boston. Some of our healthcare founders pitched to investors during our Health Tech Week here in Boston, where we brought cohorts from other Techstars accelerators to the Boston area, and they got to meet each other, and they got to network with each other, and they got to support each other, which is really incredible. We also, in the built environment companies, we were able to go to a panel discussion and a dinner with the local Boston PropTech community. Every cohort is different, and all of the events we do are customized to help these companies succeed, meet the people they need to meet, and plant their seeds and build relationships in the Boston ecosystem. This spring, we had 4 amazing people join our team as a part of the program. We had our CTO in residence, Ben Green. We had our entrepreneur, our growth guru, Anuj, joined us. Shirley Wong, our ops associate, she's a co-op from Northeastern. And Steve Walsh, who was our investor mentor. Let's give them a huge round of applause. They were awesome. On call, 24/7, whatever our founders needed. I also there's something very special about Techstars for founders. We work with global network partners. Those global network partners offer perks, they offer advice, they offer perspective, and we've really had a great connection with our local representatives from these partners to make sure we create events of value for our founders. So to Brex, AWS, Google for Startups, Stripe, JLL, Deal, HSBC, Mercury, and Gusto, thank you for supporting founders so much. Let's give them a round of applause. And this one. We are so fortunate in the Boston area to have over 1,000 individuals who call themselves mentors. And every year, every program, we send out a note to the community and we say, who's in this time? And at least 120 mentors raised their hands and said, I'm in this time. And they jump in, take the Give First badge, and support these founders. If you are a mentor of any Techstars program, please stand up. Woohoo! These guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything. From the founders and from the team, we just appreciate you. I'm very, very excited to announce our keynote speaker tonight. He's an alum of Techstars Boston. He's an amazing founder, CEO and founder, Sean Grundy of Bevy. He's going to tell you his story.
Hey everybody. I'm really excited to be here today and to be back at Demo Day after 10 years. I hope you don't mind, I brought notes. When I did my original Demo Day presentation, I had it memorized line by line, but this one was a little more strewn together. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bevy. We're a mission-driven company that aims to entirely eliminate single-use disposable bottles. We do that through smart water coolers that offer high-quality beverages on tap. And we go to market B2B. So we sell to offices, hotels, and a variety of other commercial locations. We have raised a boatload of venture capital, so over $160 million. We have 180 employees. We have about 6,000 corporate clients across numerous verticals. And we're going international this year, which is another exciting source of growth. So things have changed a lot since I stood here last time. But one thing that hasn't changed is our mission. When I came to Techstars in January 2014, our mission was basically all we had. We had no product, $0 in revenue, no funding, and just a team of 3 founders. And it's worth mentioning that Techstars wasn't the first accelerator program we tried to get into. A series of less prestigious accelerator programs had already shut us down. So it was a bit of a last-ditch effort to survive when we applied to Techstars. We were candidly pretty desperate, and a couple of us had already started working part-time jobs just to pay the bills and try to keep Bevy going a little bit longer because we weren't quite ready to give up. When Techstars accepted us, our first thought, I think, was disbelief. We weren't sure what it was they saw in us, given how impressive so many other teams in the Boston community are. But what I think it comes down to, and what I've learned from chatting with some of the decision makers later, is one of the things they really appreciated about us was our mission. Techstars knew that even though we didn't have much, we had this very strongly held belief that people wanted an alternative to single-use disposable bottles, and that the more they learned about how environmentally damaging the beverage industry was, the more they would get on board with that belief, either as customers or potentially even as investors. And I think the Techstars folks also knew that mission-driven founders are almost guaranteed to keep working hard, not just in the good times, but also in the bad times that inevitably befall every startup over their journey. So really, the Techstars folks believed in us and decided it was worth giving us a chance. And I'm still so grateful that they did that for us. Like, Techstars has really been a launch pad to nearly all our other accomplishments over the past decade. And I'm going to talk about a few of the lessons we learned there that really helped us achieve our goals. But before I get too far into our own story, I want to take a moment just to acknowledge all the founding teams who are here today and to congratulate them. I'm really excited to hear all your stories. I know how hard you've worked over the past 3 months. While the Techstars program is a lot of fun and it's very rewarding, the schedule is absolutely grueling. Like, I don't know if I've ever worked this hard in my life as I did those 3 months. And these folks have been up at all hours of the night and probably sacrificing family time and friend time and personal health to put on to become the best version of themselves for demo day to be here in front of you all. So please join me in congratulating the founding teams. And whatever happens after this, I guarantee you'll look on these 3 months as time well spent. Okay, so why was Techstars so valuable to us? We learned so much there, but I'm going to highlight 3 things I learned in Techstars that I still use, if not every day, at least every month when managing Bevy. The first thing is that every day counts. One of the benefits of having such a short timeline, like just 3 months to pull off what can often feel like a total business makeover, is that you have to be incredibly action-oriented. And I think this is especially important at the early stage. In an early stage startup, it's really easy to spend your time on analysis, on research, on learning about the market. And all those activities are necessary, but if they're not quickly coupled with action, it's very easy to end up wasting a lot of time and essentially running out of money. With demo day only being 3 months from the start of the program, Techstars companies feel pressure to present real traction, whether that's dollars of revenue or LOIs or prototype advancements. There's just no time to waste, and it forces people to think about how do they move from idea to action as quickly as possible, and what is the minimum amount they have to learn in order to gain confidence in their path. That's really valuable, and that's something that I still keep in mind today when we make decisions. Related to that is my second point, which is you don't need to wait to have a product in order to sell it. This is actually something I end up in debates with like colleagues about pretty frequently. But I remember when Katie Ray ran Techstars Boston, I remember being in a room with her and she was asking about pricing and like how we were going to price the product. And we didn't have the product yet. And I said, oh, well, we'll have the product ready in about a month. So then we'll see how much, we'll see how much customers are willing to pay for it. Then we'll learn. And I remember her asking me, why do you think you need to have a product in order to sell it? Like why don't you just go out and sell it? And at the time I felt shocked because it felt very out of order. But literally that day, because that's the pace that Techstars moves at, I started reaching out to potential customers, explaining what we had, asking how much they'd be willing to pay for it. And honestly, I ended up in right about the actual number that we ended up selling it for when we had the product ready. So there's a lot you can learn in advance of spending time on product development. And it's actually pretty dangerous to spend a lot of time on product development before you know what exactly a customer wants and how much they'll pay for it. The third thing I learned in Techstars that ended up being super valuable is that hedging is very dangerous in a startup environment. Like, you don't have a lot of resources. If you're not profitable, you probably don't have a lot of time. And it can feel like a safe bet to try to attempt 3 things and hope that one will work out. What we learned in Techstars was essentially to go hard in one direction, applying all your resources to succeed in whatever you thought the most viable path was. And then there's like the famous startup pivot. But if it turns out your initial direction was wrong, go hard in a different direction and try that, rather than split your resources in what is already kind of by definition a resource-constrained environment. And when you split your resources, when things don't work out, you never really know if they didn't work out because you just didn't focus on it or because if it was the wrong idea. And what's great about going hard in one direction and then pivoting is no matter what, you did your best in that approach you tried. So if it doesn't work out, it's probably not due to poor execution. It was probably just the wrong idea. That ended up being especially valuable to Bevy during the pandemic. As a company that sells beverage machines to offices, 2020 was a very bad year in our life, and the power to not hedge, like that knowledge that trying to not attempt to simultaneously do a, for example, consumer product while we continued our commercial product, that came from Techstars. I think if not for the knowledge of how challenging hedging your bets can be, I probably would have attempted to do multiple other products and then succeeded at none of them. So to the graduating teams, as you scale your businesses, I really encourage you to keep in mind all of the lessons you learned in Techstars. You'll inevitably, as you raise capital and grow your revenue, end up hiring executives who come from larger companies. And a lot of these folks are going to bring with them lessons that apply in very different environments. People might have come from companies that found product market fit 15 years ago or 50 years ago, and they operate with a very different risk calculus and a very different set of assumptions than you've been operating off of. And what I'd say is, like, there's absolutely a lot to learn from people you hire from different backgrounds, and that's important. But I encourage you to really trust what you've learned here. And you'll find that when you say things to people like, hey, we can sell this product before we have it, they might be shocked, or they might think that your approach is downright wrong. But I would really trust what you've learned and trust that when it comes to innovation, the Techstars methodology really works. It's continued to work for us year after year. The other benefit I wanted to mention before leaving is, beyond all of the tools and methodologies and guidance we received in Techstars, so much of why Techstars is important is actually the people, more so than anything we learn. The Techstars community, and more broadly the Boston tech community, really is incredible. The program opened a massive number of doors for us. Like, it was very common for us to hear from even later stage investors or bankers down the line, we normally wouldn't look at a company like yours, but you were in Techstars, so this sounds interesting. And I think you'll carry that with you too from here. You'll also find that so many people in Techstars and in the broader community really are willing to help out. And I encourage you to really stay part of this community. And there will be times that's impossible as you get busy, but you'll find that it's a very welcoming community to always return to. And thinking of the Techstars Give First ethos, there are so many benefits of just being willing to explain to another group of entrepreneurs how you solved a problem that they're running into, or providing feedback on their prototype, or making an introduction that might be game-changing or life-changing for them. The community and really all the people here are what makes the program so effective and so special. So thank you all for being part of it. And last but not least, I really encourage you all to keep in touch with each other. Techstars, this is going to sound weird to say, but it's the last place in my adult life that I made really close friends. And that's a very important part of the journey. Like, you hear a lot that entrepreneurship can be lonely, being a CEO can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be a lonely road. There is this whole community willing and able to help you, that understands what you're going through and is always happy to lend a hand or lend an ear. I really hope your friendships with each other and your connections here last far longer than your IPOs or your acquisitions. And I wish the best for you and for all your companies. And I think I speak for everyone when I say it's probably time for me to get off the stage and hear from the companies. So thank you.
Thank you, Sean. That was amazing. Awesome from Sean. He's amazing. So thank you again. So now we're kind of getting ready to hear from some of these founders. Each of them are going to have an introduction from one of our alums. And so you'll get to hear about them in groups of 3. And Aiden will be our voice introducing everyone.
Now please welcome Ben Pleat, co-founder and CEO of Techstars Boston alumni company Kobu, to the stage to introduce our built environment category.
Hi everyone, my name is Ben Pleat, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Kobu, which completed Techstars Boston's 2020 cohort, also known as the COVID cohort, with our good friend Clem here. And it is an honor to be here to introduce the built environment category, which is a category that's very near and dear to my heart. And the future of the built environment truly is being built right here in Boston. And that's one of the many reasons why we are so proud to call this city our home, to be based here in Boston. And specifically, the future of the built environment is being built by many of the companies directly here today in this 2024 cohort. So, what is the built environment? In my words, it's simply all of the places where we live, work, and play. It's all around us. You can't escape it. And it's been exciting on top of that to see all the emerging innovations and technologies that are bringing this new category forward. That includes advances in modular and prefab construction. That includes advances in mobility and accessibility, smart cities, IoT. On top of that, it includes advances in green building technology, community building, AI, AR, VR, and so much more. And many of the companies are being directly at the forefront of that category. And these innovations not only improve the economics for building owners, but on top of that, make a massive impact on the environment as well as the people that interact with these places. So one example is that about 40% of the world's energy-related carbon emissions come directly from the buildings around us. That is a massive amount, and that's more than heavy industry. That's more than agriculture. That is a lot of energy emissions, and a lot of the founders here today are solving that direct problem. And on top of that, the buildings not only impact our environment, but they also impact the health of the people that use them. So one fact is that we're living closer than ever before in human history, all in cities, living in cities or working in cities. And yet, on top of that, we are more lonely than ever before. According to the US Surgeon General, nearly 1 in 2 Americans struggles with loneliness. That is a massive problem that the built environment can solve. It's a problem that's near and dear to us here at Kobu, and is a problem that, frankly, is one of the defining issues of our generation. And there are plenty of buildings all across the world. And we need fearless entrepreneurs that are ready to take the mantle and start solving these issues, and many of them are directly doing just that. I've had the pleasure of meeting many of the companies in the cohort here today, and I can confidently say that the future is bright. The 4 CEOs and companies pitching here today in this category are Chris Beisel, CEO of Ahoy, Daniel McBride, CEO of Fair Labs, Edda Errol, CEO of Polyarc, and Dan Levinskas, CEO of Cetera. Thank you, and let's get started.
Our first pitch will be from Jake Handel and Chris Beisel of Ahoy.
Hello, I'm Jake Handel. I am the only case of survival from a terminal progressive brain illness that caused me to have locked-in syndrome for 10 months. This is a coma you are conscious through. Everyone thought I was brain dead, but I could hear and feel everything. Thankfully, somebody noticed I was in there, and I started my 4-year recovery in the hospital. When I moved back to my community as a guy in a wheelchair, I found it impossible to find places that were actually accessible for me. Do you know how many accessible bathrooms I've been locked in? Do you think I can deal with every door with this useless arm? Hell no. It's an absolute nightmare. That's why the mission of Ahoy is to fight the loneliness epidemic by getting people out of their homes and connecting them to safe spaces that are truly accessible for their specific needs. Let me introduce our CEO, Chris Beisel.
Thank you, Jake. So nearly 1 in every 4 individuals has a disability. Worldwide, that's over 1 billion people who live with these challenges every day. And as we age, our health often deteriorates. Nearly half of all individuals over the age of 65 have mobility limitations. Everyone in this room knows someone with these barriers. Now, we've all seen this accessibility logo. It's a well-intentioned tool, but unfortunately, it's overused and often ambiguous and meaningless. Everyone's challenges are specific to them. Accessibility needs might change from person to person, and therefore accessibility must be evaluated at the individual level. Oftentimes, people just want to know, will my wheelchair fit into this accessible stall? Are there railings or grab bars that I can utilize to get into the front door? Is there enough space in a seating area to reduce the risk of me falling and injuring myself? This is what Ahoy does. Yep. This is what Ahoy does. So our mobile app for accessibility helps find and match you to locations that actually work for your needs. We do this through a map that provides personalized compatibility scores that include photos, comments, and accessibility features submitted by other users. And coming soon, we are launching our wayfinding functionality that will help you travel to your destination with confidence, routing you around impediments such as potholes, uneven sidewalks, missing curb cuts that could be uncomfortable or even unsafe. Now, we've gained a lot of media press because of Jake's story and because of what we're building. So we made the decision to launch our beta app last year to the public. And as our product has matured, we have grown organically to thousands of users here in our pilot market of Boston. Now, the question that we get from most people is, how does this not already exist? Well, it's obvious that a real solution is needed. And we're excited to announce today that a partner is stepping up to help make this a reality. Later this month, we are launching a partnership with the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, who will fully fund a program to pay individuals with disabilities to create reviews on the Ahoy app. The beauty of this program, is that this is something we can replicate across the country. There's a commission in every single state that we can use to expand and take Ahoy nationwide. This is going to produce significant revenue for Ahoy, expand our user base, and substantially increase the data that's available on our platform. Our team is a group of experienced tech operators and former founders from companies such as Drizzly, Amazon, IDEO, and Wayfair. And we came together because we believe in this mission and our ability to scale this into a successful business that can drive meaningful impact for the millions of people who deserve a better solution. So if you're ready to help us replace this ineffective and ambiguous logo and help Ahoy become the universal sign of accessibility, please take out your phones, download the app, share this with someone who might benefit from what we're working on, and then connect us with companies, universities, healthcare providers that can help support our mission to make the world more accessible. Thank you.
Now taking the stage is Daniel McBride of Fair Labs.
Good afternoon. Let me start by setting the stage. 1 in 3 Americans rents the home that they live in. And that, of course, is not a problem. But here's what is. Rented homes are less safe than owner-occupied homes. In fact, they're 70% more likely to catch fire. They're 80% more likely to be broken into. And they're 500% more likely to have water leaks, damp, and toxic mold. That's a problem for both landlords and their tenants. You see, when a home catches fire, is broken into, or springs a water leak, landlords are stuck with repair bills of $10,000 or more. And tenants are stuck living in homes that are either acutely dangerous, chronically unhealthy, or both. That's why we founded Fair Labs. We exist to make rented homes safer. Safer places to invest in and safer places to live. We do that by providing two-sided home security for rental properties. Here's how that works. Landlords buy our hardware, which we call Fair. Fair installs in place of any smoke alarm using existing wiring. But it doesn't just replace the smoke alarm. Its suite of advanced sensors do the job of half a dozen devices in one, standing watch against all of the most common causes of property loss: fires, water damage, break-ins, and more. We pull Fair's data into our software dashboard where landlords can monitor all of their homes, all in one place, and receive early warnings of loss so they can stop small issues from growing into big expenses. We extend Fair's protection to tenants, too. We give them the ability to monitor and control the devices in their home like a security system so that they can keep their homes and their families safe even when they're not around. This model is a win for both landlords and their tenants. For tenants, they get the peace of mind that comes from renting a home with a security system that's built in on the day they move in. And for landlords, they get to protect their investments while, and don't miss this part, making more money in the process. You see, Fair does not just reduce losses, it also increases income. Tenants pay landlords to use the system. Landlords only pay a portion of that to us every month, meaning that the ROI for our customers is, in the word of one of them, a quote, no-brainer. For customers like these who own tens of thousands of homes around the US, the net impact adds up to millions of dollars every single year. And there are thousands of these customers around the world. They make up our $4 billion launch market. And what's more, they're responsible for 1 out of every 4 home purchases in America today, making this the fastest growing segment of the housing market. They also love what we're doing so much that they've already pre-ordered the first 1,550 devices that we'll make. That's over $150,000 in orders that we'll start fulfilling later this year. The team behind Fair is Arnau and myself. We're both engineers who are building from personal experience with both sides of this problem, as landlords and as tenants. We're joined by Keith and Ian. We're backed by a great team of advisors, and together we're going to make 500 million homes safer. If you'd like to be a part of that journey, please come talk to us afterwards because we would love for you to join us. Thanks.
Joining us now is Etta Errol of Polyarc.
Hello everyone, I am Etta Errol, founder and CEO of Polyarc. And at Polyarc, we redefine design. Empire State, a marvel of architecture. It was designed and built just in 13 months. If we were to build a similar structure today, it would take up to 7 years. And this is not because of the regulations. In a building process, time is as foundational as concrete. Yet it is plagued by inefficiencies. It has grown increasingly complex, time-consuming, and demanding. And that is exactly why, on average, even the design of a single building takes up to 18 months. We believe there is a better way. Meet Kent, our revolutionary text-to-3D AI that enables architects to create 3D complex models only using simple text inputs. Let's see Kent in action. Let's design an office space with 2 executive rooms. We can make modifications, add materials, calculate carbon emissions based on materials, and simply furnish it. With the simplified process, designing buildings has never been faster. Kent reduces time spent from months to days, not only enabling architects to become better at their craft, but help firms increase revenue while reducing turnover. With the redefined design process, more than 200 designs can be completed in the time of just one. It's been only 30 months since our launch, and already 500 architects are using Kent, along with 3 enterprise pilots and 1 paid design partnership. And this is just the beginning. With over 4 million construction, architecture, and real estate firms in US alone, in a market that is growing 40% annually, the potential for Kent is immense. And to support that growth, we are a team of 9, balanced between architects, engineers, and designers. And even greater news is we are just scratching the surface as we pursue unlocking new possibilities from permits and zoning to disaster resiliency. This is our planet, and the future of built environment is in our hands. So join us to redefine it. Thank you.
Next, we have Dan Levinskis of Satira.
Hi, I'm Dan Levinskis, founder and CEO of Satira. 40% of global carbon emissions come from buildings each year. That's more than planes, trains, and automobiles combined. And the truth is that up to 15% of that could be reduced by taking small actions, like turning off your lights or adjusting your thermostats for the evening. Done at scale, this represents a $250 billion savings potential. This is the single largest opportunity for society to reduce carbon emissions, and we can make carbon emissions reductions profitable for building owners. The problem is most building owners don't know where to start. They lack reliable data, which means they can't make informed decisions. And while most of you in the room today won't know how much energy you consume each month, it might surprise you to know that neither does the Prudential Center or millions of other commercial buildings across North America. And that's why we started Satira. We want to help tenants, owners, and property managers centralize their energy data and make better, more informed decisions to reduce cost and emissions. At Satira, we prioritize making data simple, intuitive, and effective through our live data dashboards. In a matter of seconds, our users can upload their utility bills and our app is up and running. From there, our users can compare and look at building performance, and we provide tailored recommendations on how to take action. And we believe that the collection of small actions can lead to big change, and we want to give our users the agency to do so. As an example, we have a client with over 70 buildings, and that's thousands of data points that they have to collect every month from tenants and property managers. With Satira, that took a matter of minutes, and we were able to identify hundreds of thousands of dollars of savings opportunity. And although we feel we can help the over 60 million buildings across North America, we've decided to focus our efforts on commercial buildings to start, which represents a $6 billion market for us to go after. So far, we generated a lot of traction. We have 350 buildings onboarded to the platform. We're revenue generating. We have a healthy pipeline of deals, and so much so that we've added an account executive over the past 2 weeks to accelerate our growth. And our team to get us there is filled with real estate and energy experts, startup executives, and UX wizards, all with one goal in mind: make emissions reductions easy, all the while profitable for building owners. If you want to learn more about how to make your emissions reductions profitable, reach out. The QR code's on the screen. Thank you.
Now let's give a warm welcome to Clem Cazelot, the CEO of alumni company Machinery Partner and former managing director of Techstars Boston, to introduce our AI Foundations category.
Woo! Everyone excited? That's like 4 company out of 12. I don't know about you. I'm so pumped. Like that was so good. Like some folks are like, demo day, what is that? Is it about? Well, it is about this magic of having some incredible founders sharing their story. It's so cool. I want to start before speaking about AI. Like who has read about AI on the Wall Street Journal, like in the Boston Globe? Yes. Okay, that's like, and who is using it in production? Okay, yeah, me too. I would love to speak with my PDFs, and I can't make that work. It's like it's been 18 months that I've been trying. It's really, really hard. So we are going to be actually speaking about AI. Right before that, I want to actually start with a tradition. I've been in the Techstars Boston ecosystem now for 13 years. And so I wanted actually to bring on stage a friend with me who's going to like just like raise up the energy. So we speak about Techstars in a little bit. So John, how many people here have seen John before? John is the soul of Techstars. So, John, we're going to do something with the crowd.
Yeah, I'm not going to start. I'm going to show you one thing. I didn't know I was coming on stage today. Clem just like pulled me on like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and said, hey, I'm going to pull you up. But I wanted to represent Boston. I'm originally from Savin Hill. And so I have my Larry Bird Celtic socks on right now. So I got that covered. And if I'm going to be on stage, I'm going to take a selfie with Clem with all of you in the background. So if everybody can cheer right now, that'd be great. Not yet. Now. All right. So some of you may remember in House of Blues, I had everybody in the audience at Demo Day do the wave. I'm not going to do that to you today. What we're going to do is I'm going to have Clem say tech, and you're going to say stars. All right? Super simple. You ready? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tech. Tech. Tech.
So that was like audible golf clap. We got to do that one more time. Like, let's bring up the energy just a little bit. You ready? All right, let's crush this. All right, everybody ready? This is the interactive portion of this presentation. You ready? Clem says tech, you say stars.
Tech. 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 Boom. Everyone, it's about coming together as a community to celebrate the next wave of innovation. I'll share like a small story here. Like in 2014, a company was on stage here that basically started the whole generational AI movement that we have here. 7 years before ChatGPT came on, people were on stage, a small company called Indico Data. That went on, yes, for the claps, that went on to actually write the foundation, the first papers that end up are now the power of like OpenAI. The first employee of OpenAI is a Techstars Boston alum. Did you know that? Some of the folks you're speaking with here, and there were some all-in graduates. They were like just like 20-something. Nobody was like, everyone was like, hey, is this like AI? Like back then we were speaking about big data while everyone was still solving small data problems. So massively different. And so that started on this stage. All the thing we had in 2021, 2022, 2023 this year is actually started, a lot of this technology started on this stage. And so that's what we're going to speak about for the next 4 companies. There is, when you speak about artificial intelligence, like that's right now a rebrand of, in many cases, of what was what we called algorithmic computing, what was like machine learning, what was like, there is a lot that is put under the hood of AI. It's like software, now we're speaking about AI instead of software. The reality when we're speaking about these next 4 companies, what they are working is in one of 2 camps. They are either providing the pickaxes and shovels to people who are going to build on top of AI models, or they're actually enabling people to make decisions, to take decisions in an extremely practical way and user-friendly way to actually adopt it. For the past 18 months, I'm running now a venture-backed business. We raised like a bundle. Like we literally spent close to $1 million trying to make AI work in some ways for our industrial application. And to be honest, we're still having a hard time to do it. And that is the reality right now. When you're trying to deploy AI in some sort of business capacity, it's really, really hard. And the next 4 companies have taken to heart to democratize either the tooling to enable people to build them, or actually the decision making and the insights that you're getting out of it. So when we speak about AI companies in the Boston ecosystem, we are actually thinking, we're forgetting 2 things. First, A lot of the technology comes from here. A lot of the experts in the world in AI are in Boston. A lot of the mentors in this room are here. And the people who were working in these big data issues are now helping this next wave of companies. And the second piece, in terms of actually investment and capital, we have some of the most sophisticated funds here in Boston who help these founders. So when you're thinking about the next 4 companies, think that behind them we also have the chance to have a community that is incredible and helping them being successful. So really excited, glad that you know that on this stage ChatGPT started here, and now I can't wait to see in 7 years from now, 10 years from now where we'll be. Well, without further ado.
Making his way to the stage now is Matty Sorer from Ada IQ.
Hi, I'm Madi, and I'm the co-founder of Ada IQ. And this is a product manager in one of the Fortune 500 companies that produce physical products. And she's overwhelmed because she doesn't have the time and resources to bring all of the information together to make the best product design decisions possible. And as a result, she ends up making gut decisions about consumer needs and wants. This is why 40% of all consumer products that are released to the market fail or underperform. It's an $890 billion problem. And if you think that's not already enough pressure, most of the CEOs are dissatisfied with their innovation processes, applying even more pressure. More and more product development teams are trying to use AI to ease that pressure and solve that problem. However, they still manually analyze consumer needs and wants, and they would prompt systems that don't understand market demands. They would get designs like this, which is an actual AI-generated design that Nike has recently published. We got to do better than that to solve the initial problem. At Ada IQ, we have built a scalable B2B integrated AI platform for physical product design, where we bring all of the information that product development teams need into one place, use AI to understand consumer needs and wants, and infuse these into developing new design concepts. Product managers and designers can use these tools to make better decisions faster, reducing time and cost to market. We have to give product development teams tools where they can trust that they align with market needs. At Ada IQ, we've spent over 4 years of research to develop proprietary AI models that uniquely identify consumer needs and wants on very specific product characteristics, so that as we design new concepts, we can predict how consumer needs and wants are changing in real time while the designs are evolving. Together, we have over 80 years of experience in physical product development. We have successfully founded over 10 companies. Our interdisciplinary team is renowned in both the design and innovation and the computer science domains, with deep relationships into Northeastern University and the University of Michigan. And we are supported by leading experts in the physical product development space. Legacy tools and workflows are on the brink of disruption as users demand smarter, faster, and more accessible solutions. All the different design tools, design services, collaborative design platforms, and consumer research tools make up a $29 billion market that is ready for transformation. We have founded Ada IQ in 2022 and have used over $1 million in government grant funding to build our models. We are onboarding customers such as Puma and ASICS, and we are working with leading design agencies in Boston. And I'm proud to announce today that we have started a collaboration with PTC Onshape, one of the world's leading 3D computer-aided design softwares, to bring all of Ada IQ's models and insights into the 3D space. With this, thank you. With this, we go beyond footwear. We introduce Ada IQ's insights to PTC Onshape's millions of users that work on different products across industries worldwide. So do as our collaborators and join us into this new era of physical product development with AI.
Now, please give it up for Daphne Pariser of Heron II.
everybody. Such an amazing intro. Thank you so much, Clement, for that. I'm Daphne. I'm the CEO of Huron AI. And at Huron AI, we're revolutionizing how accounting firms interact, use, and share data. Right now, all businesses utilize accounting firms to better understand the well-being of their business. But what if I were to tell you that in the next decade, 75% of this workforce is planning to retire? This is going to leave an absolutely enormous gap for business analytics. Let me give you a quick example of what this is going to look like. Steve is a VP. He operates a $100 million budget a year, and currently he's working with Rocktree Accounting. They help him with his budgeting, with his auditing, bookkeeping, and even analytics. When Steve is preparing for a quarterly budget meeting, Rocktree helps with that. It takes 4 months to create this report, and the outcome of this is a 150-page Excel spreadsheet where all the executives have to come together, sit down in a one-day meeting, and go line by line through this document to make decisions about their business. Now, with this looming disruption, Rocktree has to find a different way. So Rocktree switches over to Huron AI, and not only can they address this concern, but they're actually able to make these reports in under 5 minutes. So when Steve is ready for his next budget meeting, all he's got to do is log in to his client portal. He now has access to over 150 different applications. From there, with the second click of a button, he's able to automatically generate dashboards with that data. And using the latest in generative AI technology, he can now get insights, summaries, and recommendations. And with a third click of his button, he now has his report. So Steve wants to share this report. He's got another budget meeting coming up, but his teammates, they're not using Huron AI. Not yet. Well, that's okay. All he's got to do is click the share button. They'll receive a link, and they can now join the conversation, and this is how Huron AI spreads from team to team. This isn't even the best part. Now, if they have a question, anybody on the team can come in here, use our Copilot, and ask a question to get an immediate response 24/7. They'll never have to wait for an accountant that might take a few days or a few weeks ever again. In the last few months, we've been growing by about 150%. We have over 1,000 people and dozens of enterprises who are eager to use Huron AI. Our market is growing at about 26%, and there's plenty of room for us. And my team, we're from MIT and Harvard. We have over 15 years of data analytic experience. We intimately know this landscape, and we've tried every solution. We are the right people to bring the solution for this industry. If you want to expedite your financial reporting, please scan this QR code and visit us at Huron AI. Thank you.
Now let's welcome Garrett Wang of Surbrick to the stage.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Garrett Wang, co-founder and CEO of Surbrick. Generative AI has taken the world by storm, and enterprises are looking for ways to build their custom AI. As a technical founder with 10 years industry experience building enterprise AI technologies, I know from firsthand that the majority of those initiatives are going to fail, because most enterprises don't have access to the unicorn talent who can create customized AI. Take personal computer evolution as an analogy. It used to be that you needed many technical skills to customize a computer. Now everyone can do that by just using an intelligent graphical interface. The same thing is happening with building and customizing AI. AI models are black boxes that currently require unicorn talent to troubleshoot and customize. Surbrick Graphbook shines a light on black box AI and empowers researchers and engineers to work with AI models easier in a graphical manner with intelligent guidance. So instead of skimming through thousands of lines of code to inspect and customize an AI, now you can achieve the same by just drag and drop with this diagram experience. You start by converting your source code or just using the model templates that's already on the platform. While you're making changes, you can see the real-time impact on the model output as well. That lowers technical barriers, increases productivity, and helps fill the global AI talent shortage. Davey and I met 6 years ago when he graduated from his computer science PhD program with a focus on AI. While working together, we recognized that for the commercial use of AI to continue to scale, it would require a much more graphical AI framework like Sorbrick to understand and customize black box AI. So after relentless R&D, we've grown our team to 8 core engineers, 1 enterprise sales head, and 6 advisors at executive level from Google, Cisco, Apple, Microsoft, and IBM, fully geared for the next chapter of our success. We started our go-to-market from life sciences, and specifically in drug discovery, it's a must-have when it comes to understanding and customizing AI models. Our customers are looking at 8 to 10 times speed up in drug discovery. In other words, over $1 million ROI on each researcher per year. And we achieve that by reducing false positives and streamlining the work between computational team and bio team, with use cases in protein sequencing, small molecule modeling, and biomedical image processing. Schools are also approaching us to bring Graphbook to students for AI education. And now we're in over 10 public high schools and universities. We charge by number of user seats. Customers can either run on our cloud or deploy our software in their cloud or on-prem. Users new to AI can start building within minutes instead of months. I welcome you to join us to democratize AI building and AI understanding for everyone. Thank you.
Joining us on stage is Bryce Tully of Interlogic.
Disengaged employees cost $7.8 trillion globally each year. For perspective, this is more than the combined GDP of Brazil, Canada, France, South Korea, Australia, and a tiny little country called India. Needless to say, this is a huge problem. But it's a problem that we generally understand. And what we understand is that it all connects back to one core concept more than any other. And that concept is culture. Culture is not only the strongest predictor of engagement, but also retention, well-being, and performance. My name is Bryce. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Interlogic. And prior to starting our company, my job was to help Team Canada turn culture into a competitive advantage at the Tokyo Olympics, where, by the way, we won the most medals in our country's history. Thank you. Not as many as you guys, but that's okay. That'll never happen. What I learned from this experience was that the motivations for investing in great culture are consistent and pervasive across every organization I worked with. And that was to make sure that your great people thrive, stay, enjoy, and deliver amazing results. These are the core value drivers of culture. But companies know this too. So why are they still failing? Well, it turns out that 90% of enterprise organizations collect people data as a primary culture strategy. Unfortunately, the reality is that only 13% of them say that this leads to any meaningful change of any kind. Our team has uncovered what's preventing these organizations from converting their people data into the tangible culture ROI that they're looking for. Those barriers are time, complexity, and scale. Using an old wave of survey tools, organizations are spending 4 months trying to interpret and enact a whole bunch of survey results. They're spending 12 meetings at least and involving 5 senior leaders along the way in this process. This is an extremely slow and expensive journey to go on top of your already expensive survey fees. This is why Interlogic is bringing innovation to the space. Using AI, our people analytics platform converts thousands of data points into scalable action and change in quite literally a single click. We're really excited to share that since switching to Interlogic, our largest corporate client, who has locations in 8 different countries around the world, is saving 300 hours a year interpreting data and creating actions. They've deployed 12 times more actions after every survey they've run, and they've improved 100% of the core value drivers that I spoke about earlier in the presentation. Since launching in our beachhead of sport, where we landed clients in the NHL, Major League Soccer, the entire Canadian Olympic team, and NCAA Division I institutions, we're now making significant traction in the corporate vertical, landing 12 corporate clients in the last 12 months. All of this contributing to our $500K in ARR. Oh, thank you. Got to make some money at some point. Our co-founder, Mike, was a data science lead at 3 different Olympics, and we've worked together for 12 years. And our head of research, Danielle, is an organizational behavior PhD who's led transformations in military and healthcare. So, if you or someone you know wants to supercharge their culture ROI, please scan the barcode, get in touch, and chat after the presentation. Thank you so much.
Now help me in welcoming Emily Sylvester, CEO of Techstars alumni company, Mother of Fact, to introduce our health tech category.
All right. How dare they put me after Clem? I mean, what at all these amazing companies? But who is ready to tackle and talk about healthcare technology? Thank you. Yes. I am Emily Sylvester, founder and CEO of a company called Mother of Fact. We're a fast-growing digital health platform, and we connect women's health clinics and their patients to registered dietitians for easy, accessible telehealth and daily monitoring and access insurance reimbursement codes so that doesn't cost the healthcare system. And we save the lives of moms and babies. So I come deep from within the world of healthcare technology. And I think today I'd like to start off or talk a little bit about 3 things that bind us here together today at this Techstars Boston demo day. And the first thing is we are all sitting here in Boston. And versus what Clem had said, I would say that Boston is a leading healthcare region for growth and startups and evolution. We have leading hospital systems here, leading biotech and pharmaceutical companies. And what is the coolest part is they are all here within miles of each other, producing teamwork and some of the smartest people in the world to bring technology and healthcare innovations to life. In fact, Kendall Square is quoted as the most innovative square mile on the planet because it's packed with creative companies and startups. I think that is pretty cool. I'm a Techstars Boulder alum, so don't tell anybody here that this is actually the coolest place to be for healthcare innovation. Everyone works together. These universities, these hospitals, and companies all close by, making it easy for them to come up with new ideas. And this is what Techstars is about. Give first. Give that knowledge. Come together. Bring innovation and make it possible. Okay, the second thing we all have in common today, raise your hand if you have ever been to the doctor's office. I see some people not raising their hands. I want to talk to you afterwards. I mean, we've all stepped foot in the hospital or a doctor's office at some point in our lives. And the third thing we all have in common is we're here at Demo Day. We all believe and are excited by innovation. But you know what? Healthcare and innovation don't really meld well together all the time. And so healthcare can be notoriously difficult to innovate quickly. But the companies you'll hear from today are tackling this issue head on. The healthcare industry is a $2 trillion giant at its crossroads, but it's bogged down by high costs and extensive red tape and is seeking innovation in every single area of operations, despite some doctors you talk to. And so by integrating tech-infused tools into every part of the healthcare experience, we can address key issues like quality and efficiency. And frankly, I left clinical practice because I learned that startups moved way faster than just about any healthcare system in the world. And in the companies presenting today, I noticed that some of the team members come from healthcare systems or healthcare backgrounds. Some of them do not. And while personal experience in healthcare is crucial, it's also beneficial for healthcare to adopt best practices in other fields. So customer experience, data analytics, and process optimization can significantly improve patient care and operational efficiency. And these are two things, or many things, that I think as healthcare consumers, we can agree need to be improved and need to be tackled. And as a healthcare founder myself, I want to share one last thought off of my piece of paper here that is the least technologically advanced thing, I think, probably in this room. To our esteemed investors, friends and family, and startup champions, remember that every breakthrough in healthcare technology has the potential to save lives and improve the quality of life for millions and millions of people. And these 4 healthcare startups have the potential to change the future of critical care, groundbreaking research, organization, oral healthcare as it's mapped to health, and for individuals who are facing the challenges of injury and disability. Your support and belief in these startups are not just investments in businesses, but investments in a healthier future for all. And together, we can drive transformative changes that will redefine healthcare for generations to come. Today, I'm thrilled and honored to announce the 4 innovative companies making waves in health tech. Those are Surgicure Technologies and CEO Irina King, Gravel and CEO Gabor Bethlendi, Toothly AI and CEO Kava Nadmat, BioGrip and CEO Alan Hernandez. These companies have made remarkable strides and are poised to make a significant impact. And if you're looking to make a significant impact, I'm going to say that word again, because that is what's happening in the world. Health tech holds immense potential for disruption and improvement. Thank you for being here today, and I hope you enjoy these amazing pitches.
Taking the stage now is Irina King from Surgicure Technologies.
On a typical summer evening, 13-year-old Drew was skateboarding when he fell and hit his head. Alert and seemingly fine, he was transported to a trauma center for a potential skull fracture. As a safety precaution, a breathing tube was placed. Unfortunately, it was accidentally dislodged. Drew's oxygen levels dropped, and despite emergency efforts, he suffered a severe brain injury and lost his life. This isn't just a heartbreaking story. It's a widespread issue, with almost 30% of unplanned extubations resulting in preventable deaths. My name is Irina King, and I'm the founder and CEO of Surgicure Technologies, where we have developed a solution to prevent such tragedies and ensure safety and stability in every single breath. Surgicure's Horseshoe offers an innovative solution for endotracheal tube fastening, ensuring secure placement while mitigating the risk of unplanned extubations and medical device-related pressure injuries. Unlike conventional methods, our adjustable device ensures secure fit in any situation, accommodating various tube sizes and patient positions with ease. The Horseshoe is not only clinically beneficial, it is cost-saving, as hospitals waste a total of about $8.4 billion every year just remedying the complications of unplanned extubations and medical device-related pressure injuries. With our device's versatility across critical care, burn, and during transport, Surgicure is poised to capture a significant share of a $3 billion market. We already have established partnerships with top-tier hospitals, including Mass General Hospital, that has successfully demonstrated the Horseshoe's efficacy and user satisfaction with 100% of clinical users preferring our device to current intubation tools. With a database of over 135 clinical champions, stakeholders have described the Horseshoe as clever, intuitive, a better solution in a space that hasn't seen true innovation since the 40s. Originally designed by US Army respiratory therapists, our device is fully patented, licensed from the Army, with an additional patent pending owned by Surgicure. Our mechanically validated device is registered and listed with the FDA, and we are ready for rapid market expansion this year, starting with military and civilian burn units. The military's Committee on Tactical Combat Casualty Care lists airway optimization among the top 5 battlefield R&D priorities. So, as we align with them and leverage feedback from clinical societies, Surgicure is not just meeting market needs, we are redefining the standard of care. As a woman-owned company, our leadership includes 2 women executives, each bringing a wealth of experience and dedication. I have a strong technical background as a PhD candidate in medical engineering and medical physics, as well as clinical experience from MIT and Harvard Medical School. Sean Walker is the former CEO of Bay State Anesthesia with direct experience selling airway management devices to health systems and is our commercial sales specialist. We at Surgicure are creating a movement to ensure that intubation practices are safe and efficient for both our patients and practitioners. I invite you to contact us to learn more about how together we can make every breath count. Thank you.
Up next is Gabor Bethlendi representing Gravel.
Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Gabor Bethlendi, and I'm the CEO of Gravel. This is a genome sequencer. It costs $1 million. It can sequence 200 genomes in a single week. Instruments like this and 26 million others are scattered around the globe. They're growing at a rate similar to that of handheld devices and computers of 20 years ago. They also happen to power most life-saving discoveries. Unfortunately, these instruments are hidden inside of universities, still accessed using static websites just like this. Click after click after click through PDF documents and Excel spreadsheets. And what most people don't realize is that these instruments live in what are called service labs at universities. And a given school could have dozens, if not hundreds, of these service labs. They're all working independently at about a 25% efficiency and losing millions of dollars for their given institutions every single year. So it's no wonder. That out of the $56 billion that's outsourced by biotech and pharma, only 12% go to universities. And the reason is simple. It's because access sucks. So we're focused on the 3,000 universities and a $1 billion research segment. So our SaaS platform solves these problems by providing universities a storefront and digital marketing solution that takes these static website content and moves them to an online modern commerce website where scientists from biotech and pharma can search, purchase, and submit their samples in just a few clicks. But don't get me wrong, this is not like ordering a pair of shoes. A single use case, like ordering whole human genomes, can involve millions of workflow combinations that humans have to consider. So Corey, helps them make these decisions faster, better, and more affordably. And we're fortunate to be working with 3 paid pilots at major universities. We have 15 other institutions on our wait list. But this is much bigger than research or clinical services. What we're really working on is a global network of instruments. See, as a society, we've already made highways for cars, the internet for computers, cellular networks for phones. We're building a global network of instruments, so we're ready for the next pandemic or for biothreat surveillance attacks. And we have the right team to do it. I'm a 2-time co-founder. Tim comes from the world's largest genomic institute, the Broad Institute, right here in Cambridge, in Kendall Square. Dave is an expert in genomics and comes from Harvard and Eton Biosciences. So join us to remove the silos in science, because every life ever saved started with research. Thank you.
Joining us now is Kaveh Netamat of Toothly AI.
As a dentist, it pains me to make this admission, but patients don't trust us. And it's not your fault. The truth is, diagnosing dental disease is difficult. There's a ton of variability across dentists, and there's a perception of misaligned incentives. Namely, the dentist drills more, so they bill more. So it's no wonder that 59% of patients mistrust their dental diagnosis. This leads to surprisingly low case acceptance rates. 2 out of every 3 treatments that we recommend are rejected. So patients often opt for less than comprehensive care, leading to poor clinical outcomes, further eroding trust. And that's why we've built Toothly, the total clinical decision support platform that supercharges dentists' ability to diagnose and treatment plan while delivering unparalleled transparency and collaboration with patients. Toothly rests on 4 pillars: AI-driven diagnostics, treatment planning with Copilot, RAG-enabled search with your dental AI advisor, Chewy, and patient engagement and empowerment with the Toothly app. The Toothly approach fosters trust, it increases case acceptance rates, and improves clinical outcomes. It's time that we stop giving tools to dentists to talk at patients and instead provided them with a tool to talk with patients. And it turns out that this is the perfect time for our solution. You have baby boomer dentists retiring, an influx of internationally trained dentists who need to build trust, patients that are more well-informed than ever, challenging the black box model of dentistry, data-obsessed private equity firms that are rolling up clinics, and advancements in technology that make our solution possible. And that's what makes this a great opportunity. With 200,000 clinics in North America alone, we have a clear pathway to 100 million in revenue with our first B2B SaaS offering. And while at Techstars, we have worked tirelessly to bring Toothly to market. We have 5 design partners currently piloting and loving Toothly, a software distribution agreement with a dental buying group with 1,500 clinics in network, 12 letters of intent, and 2 planned pilots with dental support organizations with a footprint of 200 clinics. I'd say all of this, thank you. I'd say all of this makes the future for Toothly pearly white. Now, building the total clinical decision support platform for all dentists is a bold vision. Let me tell you why we're going to win. I'm a dentist with 14 years of clinical experience who, after successful exits to private equity, dropped everything and immersed myself in the MIT ecosystem where I focused my studies on entrepreneurship and innovation. My co-founder, Shabazz Khan, is a seasoned machine learning engineer and data science leader who's taken half a dozen massive scale machine learning apps from ideation all the way through to commercial viability. We have supreme domain expertise. We've built complex products in AI before, and we're tenacious in our pursuit. Patients are demanding a seat at the table, and it's time that we stop gatekeeping. The democratization of health information is inevitable, and we as a profession will either adapt or die. You see, AI is not going to replace dentists, but dentists with AI will. If you are a dentist, don't be replaced. If you can help us revolutionize the patient-dentist relationship, let's please engage. Thank you.
Our final pitch of the evening will be from Alan Hernandez of BioGrip.
Hi, my name is Alan Hernandez, CEO and co-founder of BioGrip, and I would like to tell you about an incredible person. This is Diana. 8 years ago, she suffered an unthinkable accident that changed her life forever. The day of her 38th birthday, she lost both of her arms. Many of us believe that bionic solutions can be controlled as naturally as our own bodies. But what if I told you that Diana has to mentally press buttons to generate the commands needed to control the prosthetic? We understood that mind control does not mean natural control, which remains a significant challenge even for the most advanced robotic systems in the world. We truly believe technology should be closing the gap between humans and machines, empowering people like Diana to be independent again. That belief led us to create BioGrip, a wireless nerve-machine interface to connect robotic systems to the human body. With just a single thought, the device learns to perform natural, simultaneous, and complex movements. Our non-invasive sensor membrane collects the nerve signals and uses artificial intelligence to compare them to a limb motion model, predicting the user's intended movement. Then, the signal is sent wirelessly to the device to execute the desired motion. Thanks to BioGrip, Diana can shake a hand or grab a phone simply by thinking about it, just like you and me. But we are not just creating artificial limbs. This is Luz. Later this year, she will receive an arm transplant. Thanks to our wireless nerve system, she will gain mobility immediately after surgery, which typically it takes months to do so, because the nerves are the last thing to recover from these surgeries, leading to muscle atrophy and loss of functionality. But let me tell you something, not anymore. BioGrip's interface is also revolutionizing post-surgical outcomes for better patient recovery. Thank you. And this is not only an $800 billion market, but it also represents almost $2 trillion of annual loss due to the exclusion of people with disabilities in the workplace. We know what living with a disability feels like. My co-founder began this work to find solutions for his own recovery after facing a potential lifetime disability. He is much better now, but confronting the inadequacy of current solutions has become our life mission. This source of inspiration has attracted patients, world-renowned surgeons, and companies to join our technological revolution. As a result, we have received non-diluting funding to create 20 artificial limbs for people with arm amputations. And we are excited to collaborate with PepsiCo to utilize our technology in creating inclusive manufacturing lines for people with disabilities as part of their digital transformation program. We need your help. We are trying to engage with medical research institutions of the leading hospitals in the United States. Join us on this cause, where together we have the power to change the world one life at a time. And we won't stop until we see millions of people holding hands with their loved ones again. Thank you.
Way to go. Amazing. In just a couple minutes, we're going to send you out to meet them, to see their demos, and to further discuss what they're doing next. Before we split, though, I wanted to share some exciting things on the horizon. First, with Techstars, as a company, we're doing some incredible things right now. with regard to platform, with regard to practice areas, really bringing the community, founder first, investors, mentors, to find the greatest value they can in interacting together. We're also launching a bunch of more events, not only in our hub areas, but also throughout the country and at major industry events. And we're continuing to expand our ecosystem. It's really an exciting time. This is the 15th year of Techstars Boston. Since 2009, we've had 6 managing directors, amazingly successful companies. And those 6 managing directors each of them bring a unique contribution to the ecosystem. All of them foster the continuity of Give First, which is such a beautiful thing. We have another change coming up, and I'm excited to share this news with you here tonight. I love Boston. I will continue to have Boston as my hub for my next endeavor, but I will be running Techstars Anywhere, our remote first accelerator, in the fall. And with that announcement, it is my absolute thrill to announce Jennifer Davis as our next Techstars Boston Managing Director. Jennifer has been with Techstars for 3 years. She's essentially been an associate MD for 4 programs already. She's been in the trenches with founders. She's been a coach. She's been an investor. And I'm thrilled to announce her promotion here. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Curdy. And honestly, your mentorship and support has really meant everything to me, so thank you. It's really my honor to step into this role of managing director and lead this next chapter for Techstars Boston. I have absolutely loved being a part of this program and community for the past 3 years, where I've had the opportunity to be a part of and support 48 truly incredible and groundbreaking companies that are just beyond impressive. And to be able to do this in Boston has been absolutely amazing. This city is such a powerhouse of talent and innovation and cutting edge technology. And we have such an incredibly vibrant ecosystem here that is the perfect springboard for founders to truly grow and thrive. And Techstars Boston has been a beacon and hub of innovation for the past 15 years, where we have had 223 companies graduate from our programs here, including the 12 phenomenal ones that just presented here today. And I am so excited to add 12 more companies to this great Techstars Boston ecosystem when we kick off our next program in September. So with that, I just want to say thank you to all of you for all of your support of our founders. Thank you for your support of Techstars Boston. I am so thrilled to be able to continue my journey here, and I can't wait to see what we will all achieve together. So please go out, meet our founders, talk to them. If you're not here physically, use those QR codes from their presentations to reach out to them, help them make a big difference in the world. And with that, that's a wrap for Techstars Boston Demo Day Spring 2024. Thank you.